Hello, in this video I shall be discussing three science and technology related topics. The first topic is Vela supercluster. So Vela supercluster is a cluster of galaxies. For example, our galaxy is Milky Way galaxy in which our solar system is present. So this Milky Way galaxy will have so many other neighboring galaxies. Those neighboring galaxies will also have so many number of stars in them. So all of these together form a supercluster. So supercluster is the group of galaxies formed into a cluster. That is the basic meaning of it. So this galaxy cluster is recently found out. It is placed at a distance of 840 million light years from the earth. So this is the distance at which it is discovered recently. It is our nearest neighbor, nearest to our Milky Way galaxy where our solar system is present. So the nearest biggest nearest neighbor to our solar system or Milky Way galaxy is Vela supercluster. For example, a Milky Way galaxy, the present galaxy in which our Earth and our solar system is placed, belongs to a supercluster called Laniakea supercluster. So Milky Way galaxy has got more than 100 billion stars. So these 100 billion stars form a galaxy, and so many other galaxies form a supercluster. Our Milky Way galaxy belongs to Laniakea supercluster like this. So similar other supercluster nearby is Vela supercluster. This supercluster is founded by astronomers belonging to three countries. They are Europe, Australia and South Africa. So these three country astronomers have come together to discover this. So two telescopes are basically used. They are Anglo-Australian telescope that is present in Sydney and South African large telescope that is present in Cape Town. So these three countries, South Africa, Europe and Australia, are involved in the discovery of Vela supercluster. This is a very important discovery because this can solve so many questions that we right now have in our astronomy regarding the research in astronomy, and the questions about our Milky Way galaxy where our solar system is placed. The questions are retarding speed of Milky Way galaxy. As we know, the universe tends to continuously move or expand. These galaxies also move. So there is a retardation or a decrease in the speed of this movement. So why this is happening can be answered now. And the reason of location of Milky Way galaxy. Milky Way galaxy, why is it presently placed in that present place? So that can be researched. And the variations in motion of Milky Way galaxy. As we belong to Milky Way galaxy, we always try to measure the movement or motion of Milky Way galaxy. So this measurement is showing variations from very recent days. So why these motions are varying? So this also can be answered with the discovery of Vela supercluster. So as this can solve these many questions, this is a very important discovery. The next topic is Agni 5. So Agni 5 is a ballistic missile. So Agni 5 is a ballistic missile that is having a range of intercontinental range. That is, it can be sent from one continent to another continent. That is a huge range. So this has a range of 5,500 kilometers to 5,800 kilometers. This is having a warhead carrying capacity of 1500 kilograms. That is, a missile is designed to have a warhead. So this warhead has to be sent to the destination. So this warhead can be up to a weight of 1500 kilograms. So this is a huge carrying capacity. This is designed by DRDO, Defense Research and Development Organization in India. This is invented, or this has come up as one of the inventions under a program called IGMD program, that is Integrated Guided Missile Development Program. This Integrated Guided Missile Development Program was headed by our former president Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So he was called the Missile Man of India. He started this development program of Integrated Guided Missile Development Program. So as part of this, so many series of missiles came up, and one such series is Agni series. So there are Agni 5 is not just a single missile, it is as part of a group of Agni series of missiles. So this is an intercontinental range. This is recently in news because China is claiming its range to be around 8,000 kilometers. So as India has declared this to be in a range of 5,500 to 5,800 kilometers. China is declaring it to be at a range of 8,000 kilometers. So though these claims are wrong, This is recently in news due to this particular claim by China. The next topic is GSLV. The full form of GSLV is Geosynchronous Satellite Launch Vehicle. So this is a satellite launching vehicle, and this launch of geosynchronous satellites or geostationary satellites will have 3 stages through GSLV. They are a solid stage, a liquid stage, and a cryogenic stage. Cryogenic stage is a very highly at low cold stage, at low temperature stage. So this solid stage is by a rocket motor stage. So solid rocket motor stage, and this liquid stage is by earth storable liquid stage. This liquid can be stored on earth and later it will have a cryogenic stage. So these three stages have to be passed for launching this satellite through GSLV. And this is designed basically to launch a particular kind of satellites called INSAT class of satellites. INSAT is Indian National Satellite System. That is the full form of it. These are geostationary satellites. Geostationary or geosynchronous is they are in sync with the earth. For example, if the satellite is placed and this is the earth, they are in sync with the rotation of the earth. So when earth takes around 24 hours to complete one rotation around its axis, these satellites also tend to move along with the earth. So they are in sync with the rotation of the earth. So they are called geosynchronous. And these INSAT satellites are multi-purpose satellites. For example, they can look after telecommunications, broadcasting, meteorology, and all such things. They can forecast all such things to the earth. So this particular range of satellites are especially delivered by GSLV. And geosynchronous transfer orbits, or where these geostationary satellites are placed. So this orbit where the satellite is placed is called geosynchronous transfer orbit around the earth. And the examples, recent examples that this GSLV took to this geosynchronous transfer orbits are GSLV D5 that took geostationary satellite 14 recently, and this also took some communication satellites like EduSat. EduSat is the first Indian educational satellite. So GSLV has done so much of successful strides, like sending this first educational satellite of India to the geosynchronous transfer orbits and all. So this is a very important vehicle that India possesses. So these are the 3 SNT topics for today, and thank you.